So friends, this question is related to intern September 2025 afternoon session. So this question is related to anomalies, different type of anomalies. This is a Java code given below, and this Java code belongs to which type of anomaly. The options are state visibility anomaly, state definition anomaly SDA, state definition inconsistency anomaly, and inconsistency type use ITU. Friends, these are very important, but from this Java code, so let us analyze one by one. This is a class item, right? So the main class is item is a class. So in this, generally friends, this program is related to inheritance. Inherit the some properties from the base class to the subclasses, right? Inheritance, it is in Java. So to inheritance and a method overriding and the variables are super and protected keywords. Protected variables, right? These are variables represented with, and this is a method overriding, method and inheritance. So if the Java code is given below, what is this type, and you can identify method overriding or variable overriding which is type, and what is the key difference between the other topics also. Here the string item name is protected, right? So the variables are here item name. This is the base class, friends, base class. And the protected, this is also protected double item price. So this is a variable item price. So protected into stock quantity. So we write stock quantity is SQ. Okay, I cannot write full. Okay, stock quantity is SQ. That is, these are the variables, friends. Variables declared in the class item name is a protected, which defines the name of the item and price of the item and the number of items in the stock. Stock quantity means how many, right? How many, that is the number of stock quantities, that is the number of items in stock. And they are all protected. So what is this protected means? These all items are protected, right? These variables are declared inside the class are protected, which means the child classes can access this. Child or subclasses access. This one is important, friends. Child or subclasses access. Item, public item, that is class name, right? It is represented with class name, that is constructor. Item name is empty string, item price is 0.0 and stock quantity is 0. Constructor, there is a constructor. Item is a constructor which is with the class name, which is used to create the item object. So create item object. So how? By creating the initial values with string name is empty and the item price is 0.0 float value and the stock quantity SQ equal to 0, that is integer. Object, how you are creating the object. So next, public void set item name. So set item name, this one method name, set item name string name, this dot item name equals to name. This is okay. So another method, set item name is declared inside the item class, base class. Next, another method, set item price. set item name, set item double price, this dot item price equal to price. And next void set quantity into quantity, this dot quantity equal to quantity, and the public void display information, display method. So set quantity, so this is another method, and so display stock information. So stock information, these three are the methods. These three are methods defined inside the item class, that is base class. These three are protected, and these are accessed by child or subclass, right? Child or subclass. This is the base class, friends. Okay, after this, what is the program? So the class product extends the item, so that is the class product. So they declared another class which extends the item. This one extends the main class, base class. This is the child class or subclass. Extends the class item public void set stock quantity. So there is a method set stock quantity, QNTY. This is a method described inside the super dot set stock quantity of QTY. Okay, this is the method, one method. Next one is, next in the code, the class laptop extends the product. So another class, it extends the product class like this. So the base class extends this product, this is the item, this is the product, and this extends the class laptop. Okay, like this, inheritance. So in the class laptop extends the product stock quantity units. So there is a variable which is protected variable which is accessible by subclass or child class, stock quantity units, SQ. This is a variable, friends, stock quantity units. And the method set stock quantity is a method described, and the set stock quantity units equal to quantity Q plus 10. Okay, this is the program. Next, main. This is the main method, public static void string main method. In this product class extends this item base class, right? So extends means it inherits so it can use all the variables or methods described inside the base class. So which class can use? This product class can use all the methods and variables described inside the item class. This capital laptop is a class name, right? This small laptop is an object. We are creating the laptop object, new laptop. So phone dot set item name, the laptop class, friends. I forgot it to write the laptop. This is the class name for the laptop. This is the class for the product class. This is the item is the class name for the base class. And next sentence, phone dot item dot, I think there is a mistake here, it's not phone. Set item dot price, set item dot price set item dot price equals to 36,000. So it set the price, item price equals to, so that is item price equals to same 36,000. And the next method, set stock quantity equals to 25. It's not phone, friends. I think it is laptop class, right? So laptop dot set stock quantity of 25. That is stock quantity equals to 25. So in the question, the program outputs the laptop 11, 0 outputs. This is the output, friends. Now present code. But what is the actual output? Laptop 11. The answer is 35 units is the correct answer. Now it is because the inherited method laptop dot set stock on does not call this method is there, right? In the laptop class, set dot stock quantity. So call this method in the product class, base class. So this is a child class. It can use all the methods in the product class, right? But it does not call the method. So question mentioned does not call the product dot set stock quantity and therefore does not define the instance variable stock quantity in the item. This one, set stock quantity. This one, stock quantity variable. The instance variable stock quantity in the item. This one, friends, instance variable is stock quantity. In the class item, which of the following types of anomalies or faults are present in the given scenario? Variables are protected, which are accessed by the child classes. Okay, it is first initialized to the stock quantity is initialized to 0, right? In the main class, item class. There is a method set stock quantity. It will update the stock quantity value, right? This method, using this method, stock quantity, this dot stock quantity equals to quantity. It updates the stock quantity in the item class. And display method prints the stock quantity and the item name. But in the product class, it extends the item. So it extends means inherits all the variables and methods described in the base class item, right? Overriding happens. Class which extends the base class, right? The product class. The class extends the item and overrides the set stock quantity. Here the overriding happen. Overriding the set stock quantity. So this method overriding. So it simply calls the super dot set stock quantity, right? Set stock quantity. Whereas in the laptop class, it extends this class, product class, and introduces the local variable quantity q, right? So quantity. This is the local to this class only, laptop class, and this variable is protected. This also overrides the set stock quantity by using this method, friends. By using this method. So here the method overriding the variable happens. Here also overriding happens in product class and the laptop class, both. When we call this method laptop dot set stock quantity 25, we call this laptop dot set stock quantity. So it does not call the super dot set stock quantity. So the final value is items class, that is base class. Stock quantity is still remains 0. So it's mentioned, right, in the initialization stock quantity still remains 0 because here the method overriding happens, friends. Method overriding, friends. This is the item class, base class, and it has a method set stock quantity method. and the initial value of the set stock units is 0, friends. This is a method described in the base class item class, and the product class is extends the base class. Extends means inherits all the bases, inherits all the properties of the base class. That means it can use all the variables or methods described inside the item class can be used by this subclass or child class is the product class that calls parent class method. Here the product class has super dot set stock quantity method. Super dot means it calls the parent calls method, and it has a method set stock quantity, and the another class laptop which extends the product class. But the class laptop has a variable stock quantity units which is protected. Protected means very very important, it can be used in this class and child class only. That is, it doesn't have any child class, right? This is the last class, this is the child class. It does not contain, laptop does not contain. If it is like this, another class, it is becomes child class. It can use the set stock quantity units SSU, which is inside this disk, which is that variable is local to this class only. Because of this protected. And this laptop class has its own method set stock quantity. That is, this method is overriding means, so set stock quantity is already defined in the item class. It can be used, this method can be used by this child class laptop, but it cannot use this method which is described in the items class because it has its own method. It is again redefines that method in that class, laptop class. That is overriding. Method overriding happens here. Because of that, the answer is laptop 0 instead of laptop 35. So if we are passing 25 here in this local variable, set stock quantity becomes q plus 10, right, given in the question. That becomes q means 25 plus 10, that is 35. But here only 0 units of this method overriding prints the laptop and 0 units mentioned. So it is because the output is laptop 0, laptop 11 comma 0 units, because the inherited method that is in the laptop set stock quantity does not call the product dot set stock quantity. So this method does not call this method product dot set stock quantity, does not call, and therefore does not define the instance variable stock quantity in the items. Because of that, which of the following types of anomalies or faults are present in the given scenario? It occurs means when in base class. So if you remember this one, you can answer this question, friends. Anomaly definition. So in a overriding method, what is this overriding method? Here set stock quantity. This set stock quantity overriding method in child or subclass, that is the laptop class, right? Laptop class fails to update an inherited state variable. So inherited, this is important, inherited state variable. So this is stock units, stock quantity units, stock quantity units, friends. This is the variable, it cannot be updated. Fails to update the variables in the base class, that is in the items class, to be updated. So because of this is a state definition anomaly. Okay, the state definition anomaly means the overriding method set stock quantity overriding method in the child or subclass, that is in the laptop class, fails to update an inherited. So we are passing 25 variable passing to this item class, but laptop class, but it is not updated, it is to 0 only. Set stock quantity units is 0. Not updated, fails to updated an inherited state variable in the item class. If it is updated 25 plus 10, it becomes 35 units, but it only 0 because of inherited state variable in the item class. Because of that, this answer is B, friends, state definition anomaly. Why it happens? Because the class, so the child class does not update the stock quantity units. This is the variable, right? Does not update the laptop class. So here q equal to q plus 10. So but it does not update the stock quantity unit in the item class. Does not update. Child class has its own methods, own overriding methods, own methods. The